Welcome to another episode of Frisco Railriders Dynasty, and we are starting this one off with a quarterback controversy. The Railriders have begun this season 4-2, and you would think all would be well in Frisco, but the fans are getting tired of John Montague and his constant turnovers. He has 8 interceptions, and he has also fumbled the ball 3 times. And I was scrolling Twitter this morning and I saw that the fans were not happy. Big Frisco guy tweeted, "John Montague has got to go. We're not going to keep winning games if he's going to throw at least an interception and fumble once every single game." And then I saw the Frisco Fanatic tweeted that John Montague is getting opportunities that Don Bridges never did. Bridges never got to play with an offense that has Bryce Cain, Duke Clark, and others in it. It is unfair that he's never gotten to play with these guys. And guys, I understand the frustration from the Frisco faithful, but John Montague today will remain your starting quarterback. But I'm hearing rumblings from head coach Nicky Price that there may be some changes in that offense. We'll have to see what happens here as we're taking on Southern Mississippi. We are traveling to The Rock, I believe it's called, here in Southern Miss. Last year we beat this team 38-14. as it was our most dominant win of the season. We will see John Montague starting at the 25-yard line. Highlighting John David LaFleur in this one. He had 2 catches and 2 drops a week ago. We'll see what kind of changes we get this week offensively. I see Ray Tapia is out there wide to the right on wide receiver, and Ty Barker is in the backfield. And Barker going to take the first carry of the day up the middle. He gets about 3 yards. We've been talking about it all season long, how we want to see more touches for Ty Barker. I think he can be really, really good. As here's a screen set up for Corey Marsh now. Not even sure how that pass was completed. Either way, it's a first down. Spencer Strickland enters the game for the first time now. It's going to be a fake to Strickland. And this pass going deep up the sideline. Bryce Cain has a step. It's caught by Cain. And if he could have stayed in bounds, he would have had 6 points. Either way, massive gain for Frisco. Montague says, "I'm here to stay," with this beautiful pass up the sideline. So we'll take another look. Cain, I believe he does get that 1 foot down he needs. Third and 12, Taylor back to pass. He's running out of time, and he loses the football. It's scooped up by Romero. He's going to the end zone. Touchdown, Frisco. What a start for this defense. That was Longo on the sack, Christian Romero on the recovery, and Christian Romero on the score. As it's 3rd down and 2 from the 5. Hand off to Lovett. No, it's a fake, and it's picked off by Cody Post in the end zone. Cody Post with good coverage. Also wasn't a very good throw there by Kamario Taylor. Looked like it was way behind his receiver. Duke Clark enters the game for the first time on 3rd down. It's going to be a fake to Clark as Montague rolling to his right. He goes deep downfield, and that ball is caught by Corey Marsh. It's another huge play for the offense, and I'm not sure how Montague even got this one out. 2nd and 1 from the 25. This time it's a fake handoff for Barker. Floating to the end zone for LaFleur, and John David LaFleur makes the catch. All 6-7 of them goes up and over the linebacker. That's another touchdown for Frisco. As we now have Strickland and Barker in the backfield. Montague back to pass, looking to set up the screen for Barker, and it's set up beautifully. Ty Barker with room to the outside. Barker jukes inside. Touchdown, Frisco. What a play by Ty Barker. We'll see if Clark can make the most of his play time here. It's his first time on the field today as Montague rolling to his right. He's got a man open. It's Bryce Cain deep down the field. He makes the catch and drops out of bounds. Spencer Strickland back into the game now as they're looking to set up a screen for Strickland, and it's set up beautifully once again. The screen game is working for Frisco. 18 more yards there. 2nd and goal now from the inch-yard line, maybe. It's going to be quickly for Bryce Cain. Touchdown, Railriders, as they are dominating the first half. Clark didn't start the day, but ever since he's been in, every carry he's had has been a good one as Clark goes up the middle now to Clark. 49 yards on touch to the end zone as we've got a couple running backs with scores in this one. 3rd down and 7 as Frisco just looking to keep this drive going. We got John David LaFleur in motion now. It's going to be a quick pass to LaFleur, and LaFleur's got room to run on the outside. He tries to hurdle a defender. He's down at the 9. That'll make it 2nd and 9. Just over a minute remaining in this game as Bridges going to keep it himself. Don Bridges up the middle with it. Bridges fighting for the end zone. He's down at the 1. 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Bridges back there by himself. He keeps it. Don Bridges up the end zone. And for the first time in Frisco history, we have put up over 50 points in one game. 52-10 is your final score. Frisco ran all over Southern Mississippi, and your player of the game is John Montague. He completed 84% of his passes, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. This team could not be stopped in this game as we did whatever we wanted. Miles Knight was the starting running back for the Frisco Railriders a season ago, but he left us in the offseason because he wanted to play for a championship contender. He made his way over to Louisiana Tech, where he is having an absolutely insane year. He's got 1,000 yards rushing in just 8 games played. He's averaging over 135 yards per game, 9 touchdowns, and when it comes to receiving the ball, he's got another touchdown there as well. And with Louisiana Tech joining our conference this season, we've had this game circled ever since the offseason. Ladies and gentlemen, there's not a whole lot more to talk about. It's a revenge game for Frisco as we're taking on our former star player, Miles Knight. He is the best running back here in the Sun Belt Conference, played for the Railriders a season ago, but he decided we were not good enough as a championship contender, so he went to the Bulldogs. If you've been enjoying all this Frisco Railriders content, drop a like, comment, subscribe, you know, all that YouTube jargon. Over 90% of you that watch are not subscribed. It'd be cool if you did. As here is Miles Knight. Backfield brilliance. Last week he had 138 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like I said in the intro, he's averaging 135 yards per game. Frisco coming out in their base 3-4 package. First play of the day is a handoff for Knight. He's got nowhere to go. He loses a yard. Gotta wonder if this Frisco defense is going to come out with a little more passion, a little more pride as Knight now catches a pass underneath, and he catches it for 6, 7. Okay, I lost. Oh, 6, 7. Okay, never mind. As Knight has already touched the ball twice in this one. Quarterback back to pass, looking for somebody open. He's under pressure, rolls to his right, and he finds his tight end for a 1st down. What a play by Justin Martin. 1st and 10 now. Here's another. Nope, it's a fake handoff for Knight, and it's a quick flip underneath. There's nowhere to go for the tight end. He loses 12. 2nd and 12 from the 36. Knight in motion now off to the left side. As Martin looking deep up the left side. It's called for a 1st down and more. That's Mac Dunbar for a gain of 20. I'm not sure if Frisco really wants to stay in their base set here. I know they want to stop the run today, but we know how slow their corners can be. Is back to pass again is Martin. Going to the outside. That's caught by Miles Knight. He makes a defender miss. Knight makes another one miss. That's a huge gain as Miles Knight gets him up to the 27. Any player with speed is always a concern for Frisco as this pass to the outside is caught. Broken tackle and a gain of 4. That is number 19. I don't have his name written down, though. I'm really good at this commentator stuff, huh? Inside the red zone from the 23 now. Quick pass to the outside. That's going to be caught. Broken tackle and a loss of 2. Griffin Wild made that catch as it's 3rd down and 8. It's a chance for Frisco to get off the field, and they're not going to as it's a 1st down catch for Adam Parks. Something's got to change defensively. Louisiana Tech has gone down here with no resistance from the Frisco defense as this pass to the end zone is caught. Touchdown. And Louisiana Tech made that look easy as there was all day to throw the football. And when you have that much time, Mac Dunbar is going to be able to find some space in the end zone. And we'll see this Frisco offense for the first time today. Last time, John Montague was facing a little bit of scrutiny. There were some people online saying, we're tired of John Montague. We want to see somebody else. We want Don Bridges back. And he went out and threw for 3 touchdowns and no interceptions in one of the best games of the year. First down play from the 22-yard line. It's going to be a handoff for Ty Barker, who finds his way back to the line of scrimmage. Barker got the start in last week's game, but it was ultimately Duke Clark that showed out the most in that game. As Barker out of the backfield now, he's going to make the catch, and it's a very similar start to what Louisiana Tech did with their running back. Frisco is fresh off of a week where they scored 52 points against Southern Mississippi. Now, obviously, they're not going to get a repeat performance here as they just barely get the first down. And obviously, I said they're not going to get 50 points here because nobody scores 50 points in back-to-back weeks. As Bryce Kane in motion, and it's going to be a pass deep down the field for Bryce Kane. Kane's got a step, and it's just barely overthrown by Montague. Both running backs in the formation here. Montague back to pass again, and he's going to miss once again over the middle, this time looking for Spencer Strickland. A couple of unfortunate misses for Montague, and now it's 3rd down and 10. Montague looking for somebody open. He's not going to. He throws it away. I'm not sure how that wasn't called intentional grounding. So we had a drive that looked way too easy for Louisiana Tech, and a drive that looked really, really hard for Frisco. Here's a handoff for Miles Knight, and he finds 8 yards on first down. We're going to have to find a way to force a negative play eventually so that Louisiana Tech can't just keep sprinting back up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Adam Parks around the edge. He's got a first down, 6 yards. Your defense is just going to be gassed if the other team keeps no huddling left and right and we can't get any negative plays. There's a gain of just 2, but still no huddle from Louisiana Tech. We need a play that gets them going backwards. We need an incomplete pass. We need something by this defense as they go out of bounds here after a gain of just 1. They still hustle back up to the line. 3rd down and 7 though. Can Frisco get off the field? Need a big tackle? Yes, they can. 4th down and 4. And no, it looks like Louisiana Tech is going to stay on the field and go for it here. 4th down and 4. Frisco comes out in their base package, 3-4. As Miles Knight is in motion. Knight to your right side, and this pass goes outside. It is caught. What a tough grab. 1st down, Louisiana Tech. This offense just feels like it's faster than our defense right now. 1st down and 10, fake to Knight. Martin looking deep up the seam. That ball is broken up. Good play as finally the defense is able to stop something. 2nd and 10 from the 42. Good chance to force 3rd and long here. Is the quarterback going to keep himself, and Martin picks up 3. 3rd and 7, need to come up with a big play here. Martin back to pass. He's under pressure and sacked. Corey Lane on the cornerback blitz got there untouched. I don't even think Martin saw him coming. So we're going to get a second look at this. Corey Lane all the way from the edge. Nobody touched him. Beautiful blitz. Beautiful play call by the D coordinator. Duke Clark enters the game for the first time now. And a 1st down play is a handoff for Clark, and he breaks a tackle, and he loses the football. It's still on the ground. It's picked up by Louisiana Tech. We've been seeing a lot less Duke Clark. It hasn't been because of a fumbling problem, but his first touch of the day ends up on the ground. See what happened here. Carmichael Glass, I think it was just a nice big hit on the outside here that jarred the ball loose. Yes, it was. And after the defense finally makes a play, they're right back on the field. As this is going to be a handoff for Miles Knight. Knight trying to get around the edge. He's not going to. It's only a gain of 1. Frisco has done a good job containing Knight so far. As this time, Martin back to pass. He's got all day to throw the football. He's going underneath for Adam Parks. Parks picks up about 3. It's 3rd and 6. Parks already has his 5th catch of the day. Just 30 yards, but 5 catches in the first quarter. He's a PPR legend. Here's a pass caught by... No, it's dropped by Miles Knight. Good coverage by Olin Fritz. On 4th and 6, they will send out the field goal team. This is up, and it's off the post. So the turnover ends up in no points for Louisiana. And Frisco gets the ball back. Duke Clark still in the game. Coach Nicky Price has trust in him. As rolling to his right now, Montague doesn't really get enough on the football, but Marsh comes back to it and makes the catch. First good play for this offense. Either way, we are happy with the result. Here is another fake for Clark now, and this pass going deep for Bryce Kane, and Kane, I don't know if he ever saw it. Spencer Strickland enters the game at running back now, as he's going to take his first carry right up the middle, and that's honestly the best run so far, a gain of 4. 3rd down and 6. Montague back to pass again. He's going underneath. That's caught by Bryce Kane. And Kane, does he get the first? Yes, he does. Not the best start for the offense, but things are starting to look better on this drive. Here's a fake for Clark. And this pass is going to Ray Tapia in double coverage. I'm not sure what Montague was thinking. Make it 2nd and 10 from the 43. It's going to be a fake to Clark, and Montague keeping himself, and he picks up 4. I feel like sometimes when I commentate, I sound like overly excited when I don't really need to. Like there'll be nothing happen, and I'm like, yeah, here's a nice pass to the outside for Corey Marsh. I don't know if that made sense though. Like on that run by Montague, I was like, Montague keeping himself, and I'm like, it's not necessary. 1st and 10. They're looking to set up the screen now for Duke Clark. Catch is not made on the outside. Not entirely sure what happened on that play, but it's 2nd down and 10. Montague by himself in the backfield as he's looking for somebody open. He's got time to throw. That pass wasn't the best. Able to pick up 2 as Kalen Franklin is down. That takes us to 3rd and 8. Montague back to pass again, looking for somebody open. Montague under pressure, and he's going to lose a lot. That might have knocked him out of field goal range. We start the 2nd quarter as Louisiana Tech has the football here. Not a ton of scoring so far, not really any offense, as Louisiana Tech, they had one good drive as the quarterback keeping himself. Justin Martin picks up 4. I got to remember his name. This is Martin making a change here at the line of scrimmage. And he is going to fake to Miles Knight. Martin, time to throw, looking to the outside. He throws it away. 3rd and 6. Can the defense get off the field? Martin back to pass, looking for somebody open over the middle. He's got his man. That is Griffin Wild for the 1st down. 1st and 10 from the 43 now. Man in motion. And this is going to be a fake handoff for Miles Knight. He's kind of been used a lot as a decoy so far, as this pass on the outside is caught for a gain of 6. Would have expected to see a more run-heavy approach from Louisiana Tech, especially in the rain, as here is Miles Knight, and he's taken down by true freshman Kenya Longo. Loss of 3 on that one makes it 3rd down and long. Martin back to pass again, and again he's got time to throw. He's going deep downfield, and he overthrows his man. That would have been a huge gain. He had a step. Definitely haven't seen the cleanest game so far in this one. As Montague rolling to his right, he's got Ray Tapia for the catch. It's a gain of 8. I like that little rollout play. Makes it 2nd and 2 from the 26. As Montague, quick pass to the outside. That's caught by Bryce Kane. He's got the 1st down. 1st and 10 from the 31. Another handoff for Duke Clark, and Clark jukes behind his offensive lineman and picks up 9. 2nd and 1 now, as we have both running backs into the game once again. It looks like Montague changing the play. It's going to be a handoff for Clark, and Clark's got nowhere to go. It's 3rd and 2. And on 3rd down, same formation. It's going to be a fake to Clark, as Montague should have given it to him. Wrong read on the read option. Good punt. Keep rolling. Wow, the ball just keeps rolling. Wow, I forgot to commentate. Wow. Huge opportunity for this defense as Louisiana Tech has to start from the 1. They hand off to Miles Knight, and he immediately picks up 12. It doesn't matter anymore. They're not at the 1. 1st and 10 from the 13. As it's going to be another handoff for Knight. This time he gets around the edge, breaks off of a defender, and he picks up 6, maybe 5. Haven't really seen Miles Knight break loose yet. He had that one nice catch for like 15 yards earlier. Other than that, he's been mostly contained. As now Knight rolling out to the right side. Say rolling out. Motion out to the right side. It's going to be caught by Knight. Knight going to pick up a 1st down, break a tackle, and pick up about 8 or 9. Justin Martin so far in this one is quietly 16 of 20. He's having himself a really solid first half as he's back to pass again, and he's got another completion, this time for a slightly bigger gain as they're up to the 45. 1st and 10 as they are nearing midfield. It's a handoff to Parks in the backfield now. That's tight end Adam Parks in the backfield. Interesting little formation here as Miles Knight is lined up as the left tight end. A little confused as to what Louisiana Tech is doing here, but it's kind of interesting to look at, so I'm not too mad at it as Martin loses a yard there. Third down opportunity for this defense to get off of the field. 3rd and 9 as Martin back to pass again, and Martin all day to throw. It's knocked away, threw it into quadruple coverage. I'm not sure what he saw there. It felt like Frisco had a little bit of a rhythm going on their last drive that just failed at the end as there's a gain of 1. They had something going for them and eventually it just fizzled out. As here's a quick pass up the seam that's caught by John David LaFleur, and LaFleur breaks a tackle. He's up to the 30-yard line. LaFleur, show off the wheels, baby. He's in the end zone. 91 yards, John David LaFleur. Wow. LaFleur only has like 78 speed. You would never expect him to take 91 yards to the house. But after he got that first stiff arm, there was a chance for him to go all the way, and he did. 1st and 10 from the 17 as we have a tie game here, Louisiana Tech. This is a handoff now for Miles Knight, and Knight has room to the outside. Quick gain of 7. Louisiana Tech once again hustles back up to the line of scrimmage. Martin making a couple changes. From the 24 now, it's another handoff for Knight, and he's looking for the edge once again. Miles Knight with a lot of room to run. He picks up 17. He knew it was only going to be a matter of time before Miles Knight found some space. He's up to 10 carries and 51 yards. And this is going to be another handoff for Knight, who spins out a defender. Make that 2 defenders on his way to a 10-yard gain. 1st and 10 from the 48. Knight lined up in the slot now, and Martin going to go to him. Makes the catch and picks up 4. Miles Knight finally starting to see some more volume in this one. 2nd down and 6. Martin all day to throw the football. He's looking to the outside. What a throw and catch for the 1st down. 16 more yards. 1st and 10 from the 30. It's a fake to Knight. Quick pass underneath. That is Adam Parks with the grab, and he is hit hard for a gain of 9. 2nd and 1 from the 21. Handoff for Knight, and he's taken down after a gain of maybe a yard. It's 3rd and inches. And on 3rd down, this pass quickly over the middle is caught for a 1st down and a bit more. It's a gain of 6 up to the 14. 1st down and 10. Martin back to pass again. That is knocked away. Good defense by Olin Fritz. 2nd down and 10. Handoff goes to Burnett as Miles Knight gets a breather. It's 3rd and 8. Frisco looking for a big stop after a long drive here. As this pass caught on the outside, it's going to be a 1st down. 1st and goal from the 1. Miles Knight back into the game here as they look to punch this one in. 1st and goal from the 1, and it's a toss out to Knight, and Knight taken down by Deshaun Yates. What a play. 2nd and goal from the 3. It is power on power here as Louisiana Tech in their goal line package. It's a fake to Miles Knight. Martin looking for somewhere to run. He's got nowhere to go. He's under pressure. Finally throws it away. 3rd and goal. More of a spread formation here as this is a handoff to Knight. No, it's a fake. The pass is caught, and they're not going to get in. 4th and goal from the 5. Louisiana Tech leaving the offense on the field. Martin back to pass. Martin going underneath. It's caught for a touchdown by Adam Parks. I just don't see how, as a defense, do you let him get in there? He's right in front of you. There's 2 Frisco defenders in the area, and neither of them make a play. I feel like this is one of the more entertaining first halves we've ever played. So much has happened. There's been turnovers. There's been big plays. There's been some offense. There's been some defense. There's been a little bit of everything here. Couple changes being made by this Frisco team. It's 2nd down and 5. Going to be another handoff for Duke Clark, and Clark this time finds room up the middle. Big time gain of 19 yards for Clark. That's really the only good run of the day. Just over a minute remaining in the half. LaFleur in motion now as it's a fake to Barker. This pass goes to the outside, and it's underthrown by Kane, who ran a really nice route there. You would love to see a better throw from Montague, but nonetheless, it is 2nd down and 10. Montague rolling right. He's got Duke Clark right in front of him. Doesn't throw it to him, though. I'm really not sure what Montague's doing on that play. 3rd down and 10. Montague back to pass one more time. Looking for somebody open. Nobody is. He keeps himself, and he picks up 4. Outside of one big play, it has been a struggle offensively. Frisco really hasn't been able to get much going, whether it's running the football, whether it's throwing the football. They just haven't been able to find much of a rhythm, as there's a drop for Louisiana Tech. As Martin back to pass, 30 seconds remaining in the half here. This one's caught, and that's going to be a gain of about 12 or 13. Louisiana Tech calls a first down. Now they call a timeout, you idiot. So I'm pretty sure last game I upped the quarter length to 12 minutes instead of 11 minutes because we weren't getting enough plays off. And now suddenly this game, Longo creates some pressure and Dallas Bradley finishes it off to make it 3rd down and 10. And Frisco calls a timeout thinking they'll get the ball back. I don't know. But yeah, I upped the quarter length because I felt like we weren't really getting enough plays off. And last game it felt a lot better. Is there some more pressure? This time Christian Romero's in there. One more play before the end of this first half here as Montague actually fakes this, and he's going to keep it himself. Montague rolling to his right, and he's under pressure again. He breaks a couple tackles. John Montague able to complete a pass, and it's a I can't even commentate this. That was a sick play, though. What just happened? We go to halftime with a 14-7 score. How do you even score that last play? How did Montague stay up? 14-7 is your score. We haven't had a great day throwing the football. I mean, we've got that huge 91-yard touchdown to John David LaFleur, but the Bulldogs have already thrown the ball 34 times in this game. When are they going to start running the ball? As speaking of LaFleur, here's that huge play. Guys, if you're enjoying this game, if you're enjoying this revenge match against Miles Knight, you already know what to do. We're here telling a story. And man, there's still a lot more to be told. Maybe that last play of the first half can be a moniker of what's to come as Bryce Kane goes in motion on first down. Montague rolling to his right, looking for somebody open, and Montague going to take it himself for a gain of 4. I think that play could have been another opportunity to try to test out Kane deep. Montague just didn't quite have the confidence for it. Instead, he'll go quickly underneath for Kane, who picks up 1. 3rd down and 5, both running backs into the game once again. And on 3rd down, it's going to be a screen set up for Duke Clark. Clark looking for a first down. He's got it and more. Duke Clark, nice run for 12. Makes it 1st down and 10 as this is another fake for Clark. Montague keeping himself. He's throwing deep downfield. He's got Bryce Kane open and he overthrows him again. This is actually a great job by Montague. He steps up in the pocket, finds space, and he throws the ball just a little off the mark for Kane. There's been opportunities deep down the field in this one. Montague's just got to complete one of these passes. Here's a fake for Strickland now, and this pass going quickly over the middle. That's caught by LaFleur, and that's going to put him over 100 yards for the first time in his career. 1st and 10 as Frisco has crossed midfield. Here's a quick handoff for Clark, and Clark goes right up the middle with it. He picks up 20. Duke Clark has had a very up and down season, but the last 2 games have been pretty good as Montague under pressure. Brings us to 2nd down and 10. Handoff for Clark again, and I thought we were going to get better blocking. 3rd down and 9. Montague back to pass again. Quickly going out to Duke Clark, and Clark gets a block from David LaFleur, and that's a gain of 12. 1st and 10 from the 12. Fake handoff to Clark. Quick pass outside for Clayton Davenport. He picks up 3. I think our offense is at its best when everybody's getting involved, and it looks like everyone is starting to get a bit more involved in this one as Spencer Strickland goes up the middle for a touchdown. Out of nowhere, Strickland is in the end zone. That's a successful first drive for Frisco, as this one's going to be tied 14-14 as Spencer lowers the shoulder into the end zone. All tied up in this one as Frisco has started the second half with a touchdown. And I think we can officially say that those second half woes that we saw back in Season 1 and even parts of Season 2 are officially over. As here's Miles Knight up the middle. Knight makes a man miss before being tackled by Olin Fritz. Knight is up to 81 yards on the day. He had a slow start, but since then, he has been cooking. Every single one of his runs have been successful. Just a quick pass to the outside for Knight, and this time picks up 4. Good job by Justin Martin on that play, just throwing into the blitz. We had the cornerback coming from the outside, and Martin noticed it quickly and got it out to his guy. So that makes it 2nd and 6 from the 43. It's going to be a handoff for Knight once again, but Fritz is right there to make the tackle. It's a gain of just 1. I know Fritz is threatening to transfer on us once again. I really hope he doesn't. He's been one of my favorite players. Here's a handoff for Miles Knight, and Knight not going to pick up anything. It's 4th and 4. 1st and 10 from the 27. Montague going to hand off for Clark on 1st down, and Clark going to fight forward for 4. 2nd down and 6 is going to be a fake to Clark, and Clark doesn't block anyone, and Montague has to run away. And if Clark would have simply thrown a block, Montague would have had a lot of time to throw. 3rd down and 6 now. Montague back to pass. He's going quickly outside for Ray Tapia, who makes the grab for the 1st down. And I'm not sure what Louisiana Tech was doing out here. They kind of just left Tapia alone, and Montague got it out quickly. 1st and 10 from the 46 now. This is a fake to Strickland, and Montague back to pass again. He's throwing it deep for Bryce Kane, and this time he underthrows him. 3 chances at a big play downfield and 3 bad balls from John Montague. Here's a handoff for Duke Clark. He'll pick up 8. It's not very often you get 3 different tries at big plays in one game. You got to be able to come away with one of them if you're Montague. There's a 1st down run for Clark. The play-action pass game has been there for Frisco, as it's going to be another play-action here. And this time, no one really open. Oh, actually, there was somebody open, and that one is on me. I need to stay in the pocket. I know I've been showing a lot of replays in this one, but I think it's worth showing these replays sometimes, as Tapia was wide open down the field. 2nd and 10 now. Montague back to pass again. Quickly to the outside for Clark, and he's going to lose like 10 or 7. I don't know. Okay, that sucked. 3rd and 17. Just trying to get something to make it worth going for on 4th down, and Montague's under pressure, and the Bulldogs will take over. You know, there haven't been any huge mistakes on offense in this one. There hasn't been any, well, here's a handoff for Miles Knight on 1st down. That's going to be a gain of 2. You know, there hasn't been any huge mistakes from Montague in this one. You know, no interceptions, no fumbles. It just feels like when he's failed to make a play, it has been a pretty big fail. As Martin back to pass once again, that is somehow caught by Adam Parks. What a tough grab. That'll make it 3rd down and 1. Martin back to pass again, and he's under pressure. He's taken down by Olin Fritz. As Fritz goes through his former teammate, Miles Knight couldn't contain him, and he gets to the quarterback. We'll take another peek. Fritz came in on the blitz, and Miles Knight tried to block him. He did for a second there, just not long enough. A relatively short punt gives Frisco the ball at midfield, and on 1st and 10, it's going to be a fake to Strickland now, as Montague back to pass, going to the right side. That's caught by Corey Marsh. Marsh has room to run with it. Marsh all the way up to the 16-yard line. There's a huge gain. We've been talking about the play-action pass for the past couple drives now. It has been open for Frisco, as finally they're able to complete one as Clark goes up the middle and fights for 11 yards. And that'll take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. It is 14-14 in this revenge game, as Frisco looking to take down their former running back. 1st and goal from the 5. As this is going to be a handoff for Clark, and he gets eaten alive as Daniel Malini got destroyed. Strickland into the game now on 2nd and goal. It's going to be a fake to Strickland, as Montague all day to throw the football. Finally rolling to his left, he throws to Strickland, and Strickland's in the end zone for the 2nd time today. 1 rushing touchdown, 1 receiving touchdown, and Frisco has a 1-touchdown lead. Montague had all day back there, eventually finds Strickland as Frisco takes the lead. Little underrated piece of this game. If Frisco is able to hold on for this win, they will already be bowl eligible, as Martin takes the read option here up to the side, yep, that was great commentary. 6 wins makes you bowl eligible here in college football. Frisco sitting at 5-2 as they look to take down Louisiana Tech, as Martin's under pressure, and for some reason Longo didn't lay a hand on him. 2nd and 10 now. As this pass goes quickly to the outside, it is caught for a gain of 3. There's Griffin Wild. Just like that, it's 3rd and 7. Martin back to pass one more time. He's got all day to throw the football. There hasn't been a pass rush in this one. That'll make it 4th and 2. I'm not sure they wouldn't go for it here from their own 36. I'm going to accept it and make it 3rd and 17. Nicky Price takes the penalty to make it 3rd and 17 as Martin back to pass. He's got all day to throw the football. No pressure whatsoever from Frisco. Finally, this pass is dropped. And this would have been a huge gain, a huge play, a massive backbreaker for Frisco's defense, and instead it's a dropped ball. 1st and 10 from the 50, Frisco. Wanting to run some clock, I'm sure, but they also can't just become completely conservative. There's a gain of 4. Still looking to find the end zone and put this game away. 2nd down and 6. Montague back to pass, going underneath. He had a man wide open and just missed him. Just been a few painfully bad throws in this game by Montague. As it's 3rd down and 6. Strickland in motion now. Looks like we might have man coverage. Yes, we do. Montague going over the middle. That's caught by Ray Tapia. It's 4th and inches. 4th and inches for Frisco. And this is going to be a handoff for Duke Clark. And Clark goes right up the middle with it. Easy 1st down. Gain of 13. Duke Clark at 96 yards rushing in this game. We haven't seen him reach 100 yet in his short Frisco career. Can he do it in this one? Gets nothing on 1st down there. Clark still in the game though. He's going to be in motion on 2nd down. It's Montague back to pass. Going to throw it out to Clark, and it's going to be maybe a gain back to the line of scrimmage, so nothing. Ty Barker enters the game now on 3rd down. As Montague going to roll out to his left, looking for somebody open. Montague looking deep downfield. He's got Ray Tapia. Touchdown, Railriders. Finally, John Montague able to hit a pass deep down the field, and that might have just been the biggest one, as it could have just sealed the game. What a ball from Montague. What a catch and run by Ray Tapia. Finally finds the end zone. We've started putting him in more these past couple weeks. We are seeing the fruits of our labor. It's not really labor, it's fruits of our changes, I guess. 28-14 is your score, and if Louisiana Tech wants to come back in this one, they're gonna have to start doing it rather quickly. As Martin has a man in motion on 1st down. It's going to be a jet touch pass for him. He's going nowhere. He breaks a tackle, actually, and I guess he's just going back to the line of scrimmage. Looked like he was going to maybe lose a few yards there. Instead, he ends up making it a net nothing. 2nd down and 10 from the 23. It's going to be a handoff from Adam Parks, and Parks, he's going backwards. It's a loss of 2. Christian Romero and Cody Post got in the backfield on that play as it's 3rd down and 12. Martin back to pass again, looking for somebody open, going deep downfield, and that ball is broken up. Good coverage by Roland Kidd. 4th down and 12 now. Martin back to pass again. He goes deep up the seam, and this one's caught for a 1st down and more. Mac Dunbar is down with injury, but he just saved the game for his team. 1st and 10 from the 46 now. This is going to be a handoff for Miles Knight, and Knight able to pick up a gain of 6. He fought forward for about 4 or 5 of those yards. Makes it 2nd and 4 from just about midfield. It's going to be another handoff for Knight, and Knight with some more room. He's up to the 41. Martin back to pass one more time. This one quickly to the outside. It's just a gain of 2. Time is against Louisiana Tech. They've got to score quickly. Only 5 minutes remaining. I know technically it's a lot of time, but like also it's not. Martin making a couple changes here. He is back to pass again. No, he's handing it off for Miles Knight, and Knight breaks a tackle and picks up 2. 3rd down and 6. Man in motion. It's going to be a fake jet touch pass. Martin is going to throw up the left side, and that ball is dropped again. These receivers are crumbling in the rain. We've kind of seen it go both ways. You know, we've seen great throws by Martin, but drops by the receivers, and we've seen bad throws by Montague. Gotta imagine it's because of the rain. 4th and 6 over the middle. Martin overthrows his man. Frisco takes over. Unbelievable. 1st and 10 for Frisco from the 37. Clark gets nothing. Right after I mentioned Clark could have his first ever 100-yard day, Louisiana Tech stiffens up the run game, and Clark gets his 100 yards anyways. There's a 10-yard carry. on 3rd and inches. Need a couple first downs to finish this one. Bryce Kane in motion now. It's going to be a jet touch pass for Kane. He gets blocks on the outside. Bryce Kane jukes back upfield. Kane breaks a tackle. Bryce Kane, 53-yard touchdown. He's been rather quiet in this one, but you can't keep him quiet for long. Number 6 in there for 6 more. This is just an absurd play by Bryce Kane. He gets a good block from Clark on the outside. He makes a man miss. He breaks a tackle, and Kane shows off the speed for 53 yards as he ends this game for Frisco. 21 fourth quarter points and 28 points overall in the second half from this Frisco offense have given them a 21-point lead. Not to mention the defense has been a lot more stingy in the second half as they have held Louisiana Tech to 0 points. Tech, though, still out here playing for some pride as this pass goes to the outside, is caught for a first down and a lot more, all the way up to the 44-yard line. I imagine at this point in the game, I'm only going to show you guys something if something cool happens. So, if randomly I skip to the end of the game, it's because nothing really cool happened in the last 3 minutes. Makes sense, right? 1st and 10 from the 44. Quick pass underneath. That is caught. It's going to be a gain of about 5. 2nd and 6. Martin back one more time. He's looking for somebody open. Going deep up the sideline. It's caught for a first down and more. That's going to be a touchdown for Louisiana Tech, as they're not quite done in this one. 3rd and 10, 2.5 minutes remaining in the game. It's a fake to Clark this time. Montague immediately facing pressure. John Montague taking it himself. Montague with a first down and a lot more. That might as well be the game. And Ty Barker in for another carry on 3rd and 5, and Barker goes right up the middle with it. Ty Barker's in the end zone. One more time, Frisco puts up 42 points. You know what? I said we're not going to go back-to-back scoring 50. That is still true, but it's kind of cool that we scored 50 and then 40. John Montague out here in victory formation once again for the Railriders. This one is over. They win 42-21 in the revenge game over Miles Knight. They scored 35 second half points, including 28 in the 4th quarter. John Montague, 330 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. The true freshman continues to impress in this one, and there was a lot of impressive plays in this game. John David LaFleur went for 91 yards. Bryce Kane went for a 53-yard touchdown, and there was so much more as Frisco is now bowl eligible. What a game for Montague. 21 of 35, 4 touchdowns, 330 yards. We were even great running the football in this one as everyone got a few touches. Corey Marsh even went for a 36-yard run. No, that was the catch by Ray Tapia where he lateraled back to Corey Marsh. This is not a 36-yard run. That's funny, though. That's funny. I like that a lot. And receiving. It was a quiet day for Bryce Kane. Outside of that 53-yard catch and run, he wasn't really too active in this one. But Ray Tapia had the best game of his young career. Corey Marsh was good. John David LaFleur went for a 91-yard touchdown. Need I say it again? I will. He went for a 91-yard touchdown. And Spencer Strickland found the end zone once between running and receiving. Defensively, we held it down in the second half. We had a bunch of tackles for loss. Olin Fritz was back there for 22 tackles in total. We had a ton of sacks in this game. Looks like what? Is that 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5 sacks on the day? And then no turnovers for us, but man, this defense looked special. And as we advance to next week, we get our first commit here in year number 2. Devin Overeem, the defensive tackle, is joining the Railriders. I'm excited for him. Let's go take a look at him. Devin Overeem is one of my favorite recruits strictly because he has 81 power moves. He can start as a true freshman as a pass rusher. As for the rest of this recruiting class, things are heating up between us and Kentucky for Mike Garrison. It's looking like they might catch up. I'm hoping that's not true. In terms of the rest of the corners we're going after, we have steady leads. 4-star wide receiver Corey McLennan is starting to get some heat from Missouri. Hopefully they don't push too hard for him either. I have 50 points remaining here, though, so we are going to... Does anyone need more points? That's the first question. I want to see if we can sneak into the race for a 4-star running back. He has no offers yet, Mr. DeMarcus Dog. First of all, insanely cool name. Not going to lie, like sick name. He's a north-south receiver type. I'm just looking for an athlete back there. We are going to load up on some points for him. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'm going to take 5 points off of somebody else so I can drop 50 on him. Guys, that's going to do it for this episode of Frisco Railriders Dynasty. We were able to get revenge on our former star running back Miles Knight as we get up to 6 wins on the season. We are bowl eligible and we have a chance to maybe take the Sun Belt Conference here in year number 2 if everything aligns perfectly. Guys, you already know what to do. Drop a like, comment, subscribe if you are enjoying it. I mean, you don't have to, but like I said, like, it'd be cool if you did, but like, I really can't control you, but like, if you did it, that'd be kind of cool. Guys, peace out.